Hello, my name is Kahea Miner. Initially, my impression of the criminal justice system prior to this class was that it was more systematic. I initially thought that it was maybe a crime equals punishment type of system. I didn't realize that uh, after taking this course, um, I realized that in certain cases, they take the person's personal circumstances into consideration more than I initially thought, especially in the world of juvenile cases, and when deciding the case overall. So I thought that was really interesting. One of the most surprising and interesting things that I learned was during internal affairs investigations, how scrutinized a situation is. I had no idea that there were all of these different types of investigations and everything that went on inside an internal affairs investigation. I thought that was really interesting. What I enjoyed the most about the academy was learning about the world of prosecution in general, especially today on the news. A lot of what we learn on the media or hear just on social media in general is based around the world of defense, it seems. And so this gave us an opportunity to be able to see maybe the other side of the story. And that was really neat. I would absolutely recommend the Academy to other people. As a matter of fact, I already have. So even people who are not wanting to learn anything about that, and I'd say especially those people, that way they can see the entire picture and see what goes on behind the scenes, and that it's not just we think somebody did this, so let's just throw them in jail. So yeah, I absolutely have recommended it already, and I definitely would.
What I enjoyed most about the Academy, frankly, was listening about the crime laboratory. I had no idea the crime laboratory was as sophisticated as it has become in 2021. It seems like there is a wealth of evidence that can be collected at the scene of a crime, and any piece of evidence can be taken apart, can be analyzed, and if a criminal defendant is in the system, there's no way they're going to escape identification in one way or another. I would encourage my fellow citizens to very much be involved in the Citizens Academy and to take it themselves. It is an excellent way to see how the criminal justice system works in Sacramento County and California as a whole. Most people have no idea, although they may have sat in a jury at one time or another, maybe on 2 or 3, but that's not the whole story. Something goes on long beforehand. There's criminal investigation. There's somebody calling up, reporting a crime. There are the police or the sheriffs going out investigating it. There's crime scene investigation. There is a criminal laboratory that actually gets involved in just the trace elements, the pieces of paint from a car, the pieces of somebody just touching something leaves a residue that can be identified by the crime laboratory. I was very much intrigued by that, very surprised that it had become that sophisticated. I thought that was excellently presented, and I really appreciated that. And once again, I would encourage everybody to take this Citizens Academy by the District Attorney, and I'm really thankful that you gave it.
Hi, my name is Bridget Hubbs. Well, in general, my impression of the criminal justice system before and after the academy is the same. It's very positive. So a little background on myself is that I currently work for the Judicial Council of California. And prior to that, I worked with the Sacramento court. So I have a lot of years in the judicial branch. But my professional experience has exposed me more to how the court system works, but my expertise is in the financial realm. So I had very little limited exposure to the justice system through that. But I have been part of the justice system through jury duty service, as I've been summoned 5 times for jury duty over the years, and I've served on 3 juries, and that's provided me with a lot more exposure to the system. I've enjoyed each of those experiences, and as long as my work and personal schedules permit, I always look forward to jury service. And additionally, with the impacts of COVID on the court system, some of the court proceedings have been, in some of the counties, have been televised via Zoom. So this has allowed me, or the general public, to have more access to the justice system. So on occasion, I will listen into proceedings in Sacramento County, and as a result, that has given me additional knowledge and a better understanding of the system. So my family personally has been a victim of a crime on 2 occasions, and we're fortunate in these instances not that they have not resulted in any tragedies. But although we've had a very positive experience with both law enforcement and the district attorney's office, we've also had some experience and frustration during the process. And so listening to the court proceedings has kind of educated me more on the process, and also listening to the things that came up during this academy has also provided me some education on the process. So that'll help me with what we've gone through and also what we will be going through, because our cases are not yet resolved. So as you can see, prior to the academy, the criminal justice system was not completely foreign to me. But even though I had previous knowledge and understanding, I did take away lots of additional knowledge as a result of the academy. And mainly that was in part to the speakers from the multiple agencies and all the topics that they talked about.
What I enjoyed most about the academy was I learned so much about the things that the district attorney, the whole office does and what they're involved in that I have no idea. Like I say, I come from the law enforcement side of it, or I guess the arrest side as opposed to the prosecution side. But I found that you work with victims and their families to help them move on and heal from the event. You work with suspects and their families to help guide them to resolve the issues that brought them there. They have, you guys have contacts all over, and they can use them to help people that can use it, as well as help the DA understand the problems behind the crime to seek, serve, and do justice. And that doesn't always mean maximum sentencing. They have understanding and compassion for all involved when it can be helpful to them. Would I recommend the academy to another citizen? And I definitely would. It helps everybody to get a better understanding of how our county runs. You can never learn too much. Besides, it would not be unusual to have dealings with the DA's office at some time in your life on one end or the other. The justice system is very complex, and learning a little about each part of it is something that we should all want to do.
Hi there, my name is Ashta Rizzoli. I joined the Citizens Academy for the 10-week session for 2021. I'm currently working for the state. I'm a law school graduate, and I joined to learn more about the academy. So my impression of the criminal justice system before the academy was more one-sided. I was all for the law, and I felt that, when people violate the law, they have to serve their time and do their time. But the Citizens Academy kind of opened my mind to other perceptions. For example, in understanding fairness and hearing from different presenters, from judges, the district attorney, Rochelle, and many other people, kind of broadened my scope of understanding, each case is different and it's based on the individual case-by-case basis, regardless of, the laws that they've broken. You have to take into consideration the character and the evidence and everything that is, to come present between the cases. That's a little different from what we learned in law school. It really opened, my eyes to accepting change. The most interesting thing I learned would probably be from each and every class. It wasn't just one topic per se, but the one that really stood out for me was learning about the new laws and changes that came into effect for 2020. And I feel like a lot of people don't really partake into taking that into consideration. So being able to hear that from, judges and attorneys, law enforcement was really, eye-opening to see that. What I enjoyed most about the academy was just the group interaction, the ability to ask questions and get responses, and then even follow-up questions and follow-up responses, which, in the general world, you submit an email to an agency, it typically takes about a couple of weeks to get a response back, and that response may not even be what you were asking. So being able to have that one-on-one interaction with all the presenters and being able to get responses to specific questions was very helpful. I would totally recommend the academy to all citizens. I I've been bragging about it to everyone. Just, the people that you meet and being able to build that relationship within the community, and also getting to know people, within Sacramento County as far as it's concerned with the district attorney's office. So it's a complete, I'd say, life changer, being able to interact with those people, and definitely recommend it.